My name is Eric. This is my partner Mitch, and we are Unique Benefits folks. Okay, we're going to be taking care of your needs. So the reason we are here is because we both respect the challenges of working for a living. Okay, we both worked for a living for a lot of years. I've been hurt a number of times, and the one common denominator with all those injuries was insurance was always a pain in the butt. Okay, so, and it was expensive. Fair, right? So what we do is we come in and say we're going to give all of our clients, we're going to give you the same or better benefits than what you got for the same or less money. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're also bringing a lot more stuff to the table, a lot more value, a lot more options, because face it, everybody has different needs and different challenges, right? That's fair. So to the point, when I talk about things being easy, okay, one of the things we do is we build for every one of our groups, we build them their own employee benefit site. So everybody's got a phone, yeah? So I want everybody to type into your browser, take a minute, okay, and type in linkapp.com/Lulazon. I don't know what the giggling's about. There's nothing weird attached to it yet, is there? Those or
Do you see any pictures? That's not that. Yeah, that was, you're on the
that's
wrong
wrong.
site.
Yeah, yeah, you typed in link wrong. Okay, you got it. So
That's just right here.
yeah. So yeah, what you're seeing on your phone, you should see, is this right here. This is the employee site, okay? And I'm going to show you, going down, how easy this is. We talked about cost, right? How expensive benefits are. So the first thing we did is we says people want to know what their benefits cost. So you go down there and you push that, everybody push that button, and it's going to open up and it's going to show you a page that's going to break down, like Chinatown, exactly what comes out of your check every week, okay? At the very top, and that's why I want you to do it on your phones, because reading that's going to be a challenge. But it tells you exactly what Shar and Lulazon are doing for you. Okay? They're offering two health insurance plans. Okay? A base plan and a buy-up option. And the buy-up option has got a few more whistles and bells. Okay? It's got a lower deductible. It's a $1,000 deductible. It's going to cost a few more dollars. All right? Lulazon is paying 50% of the base plan for everybody, and that works out to, the number's on here, right, Mitch? $138.68. What's that? That's what it is, right? This you got there. Right. It's right there, okay. Okay, so, and for those people who elect health insurance, they can also add their dependents and spouses at their cost, because I know folks have kids and husbands and wives. But for those folks who elect health insurance, Lulazon is enrolling those employees in a company-funded dental and vision plan. Okay, the dental and vision plan is going to be available to everybody, right? But if you don't elect health insurance, you have to pay for it, and we're not talking a lot of money here. We're going to get into that when Mitch talks about dental and vision. He'll intimate exactly what those costs are. Okay. Also, there's going to be a $15,000 basic term life paid for by the company for everybody. Okay. Something happens to you while you're employed here, your family's going to get $15,000 and to help move on. Okay. Help with the challenges that come with that. There's also going to be voluntary benefits, which our partners and team with Optimize and Washington National are going to go over. Like I said, a lot of benefits here, a lot of things to share. The health insurance piece, if we scroll down a little bit, that's where we get into what the cost is per paycheck. So that's straight up honest. This is after what Lulazon's paying for. This is what comes out of your check. So for somebody who got the base plan, it's going to be $64. I could go into all of the whistles and bells that are in these plans, but no one's going to remember that, right? You're going to want to know what that is if something happens to you, and that's why we built the platform. We'll go back to, because you go down to the next button, and when you click on that button, it will take you to the benefits enrollment platform where you can see exactly what benefits are. You can compare your plans. I got to log in here, and when you get to there, you're going to type Lula, and you're in. Okay. Okay, there we go. And when you scroll down, on the button here, you can actually see, you click on the little hamburger on the upper left-hand corner, and click on the benefits piece and say, I want to see what the medical plans look like. You click on that, and it's going to open up a window. And you can scroll down, and when you get down there, it's going to show you exactly what the plans look like. Okay? And again, like I said, there's a lot to it, a lot of whistles and bells, and it's going to be a lot easier for someone to look at and say, hey, this makes sense to me. I want to look at this other thing, versus me just giving you a wide range. So I just want to give you access to the tools that's going to make your lives easier to use your benefits. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So Mitch's going to tell you a little bit about the Dental, Vision, and Life program.
Okay, so for those of you that opt for health insurance through Lulazon, okay, you're going to be getting the dental preventative plan for you. You can opt to add your spouse and dependents if you want, a vision plan, and of course the basic life for $15,000. For those of you that do not opt for health insurance through Lulazon, okay, you can still take advantage of it. For example, the preventative plan costs you like $6 a pay period, okay? It includes 3 cleanings and 4 what they call deep cleanings, periodontal cleanings, okay, a year. And the $1,000 for incidentals, minor stuff like extractions and fillings and things of that nature. You can upgrade to what we call an unlimited plan, okay, which is still really expensive. Another $6.50 a pay period. So imagine that. Unlimited plan for about almost a little less than $7 a pay period.
It's only half of a Starbucks.
Yeah. So do you want dental or do you want a coffee?
The vision plan, how many people have glasses, okay? Vision plan includes 12, 12, 12. You can get your glasses changed every 12 months, okay? That's pretty awesome, all on its own. Yes, sir.
So the dental I see right here for employees, it says $1,000, that's $1,000 deductible, that we pay.
That's right.
Nope.
That's in addition to, that's $1,000 that they pay for, okay? In addition to the 3 cleanings and the 4 periodontals, that's every single year.
So looking at that as an employee, I see I'm not paying anything out of my paycheck.
If you elect health insurance.
Gotcha.
That's correct.
Through Lulazon.
And now, to be clear, the preventive plan is exactly that, okay? 90% of people who go to the dentist, they get cleanings and they get fillings. They have the tooth pulled once in a while, that's about it, right? There are people who need more work done, but the preventative, it's the cleanings, it's $1,000 towards basic and preventative. It's not gonna do crowns or oral surgery or anything like that. If you know that needs to get done, then typically dentists schedule those things. You schedule them a year out, so that the following open enrollment, we'll just move you to the unlimited plan. You get all your work done, and then you move back the following year. So that way, we're gonna do everything we can to keep all the money we can in your pockets. That's what we're here for. First we got to talk about them. So first we're gonna have some friends now talk a little bit about voluntary benefits, and he's gonna tell you the difference between, who here knows the difference between voluntary and health insurance?
Yeah.
Like something would have happened.
Yeah. So
There are 3 things that happen when something happens, okay? First of all, your health insurance, if you have it, it never pays for everything. We want it to, we expect it to, but it wasn't even designed to do that. The second thing is your life goes on, you still got car payments, rent, mortgage to pay, utilities to pay, that never stops. And the third thing is loss of paycheck. Voluntary benefits pay you money. Use it where you need to. Health insurance pays everyone except you, okay? And with that, one of the things that we brought to the table is the ability to have voluntary, you have the ability to take advantage of voluntary benefits. And these guys are gonna talk to you about what is out there, and then I'm gonna talk about some things to be able to screw IRS right after that.
Always a win.
pretty exciting.
I've got pricing here if you want to. Appreciate this.
So listen, I just like he said, I don't want to talk a whole lot about exactly what my policies do and don't do, because number one, that's boring as heck. And to be honest with you, you're not thinking those terms anyway, because none of us live there. Right now, how many people in the room know the difference between a copay and a deductible? Exactly. Right? Now these are why we don't go get health insurance. These are why we don't make these choices, because there's nobody to help us understand it. So the real value that me and my team bring to you is all the stuff he just went over, and we want you to go look at that. But when you do, what's going to happen? You're gonna scroll through it, you're not gonna read it, you're not gonna care because it's mumbo jumbo, and you're gonna pick the one where the price makes the most sense to you, aren't you? Right? And then when it goes time to use it, here's what's gonna happen. This is why voluntary is important. This is why the stuff that we have is important, because again, all that stuff is important and does its job, but its job isn't to take care of you. Its job is to take care of the doctors and make sure those bills get paid. So when you go to use it, think of it this way. First time you go to use a voluntary, your major medical product, you walk in, you go into urgent care, what do you gotta do? You gotta pay a copay, right? Well, that's $75. How many people in this room are living paycheck to paycheck? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of them, and I make really good money and I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, right? So the fact is, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, $75 might be a big deal if it happened at the wrong time. Would you agree with that? Would $75 all at one time be a bigger deal than $2 or $3 over some time? If you think about it for your money, that's what we're here to do. Does that make sense? So instead of paying that $75, we're going to give you the cash to do that. But think about how that would actually play out. Even if you went and did that, you paid the $75. What do you get in the mail in the next few days? Your deductible bills, more bills, right? They're not huge. That's why you have the major medical. So it's not 20,000. It's only 200 or 300. But even 200 or 300 is a problem, right? So we give you that cash too to help you get through that part. Then, as he mentioned, there's loss of work to think about. If one of you has a kid at school that you got a call today and you had to leave and stop your route because they fell off the monkey bars, when you leave work, are you sick? Are you going to be able to write that time off? And you can't expect her to do that. It's not fair, right? So how do you make up that? Because now your pay's down. So now you pay the copay, pay the deductible, and your paycheck's smaller. The whole house of cards can come tumbling in. You see what I'm saying? And so with us, we pull that all together by providing you cash that you can use for whatever you want to use it for. You can pay the copays and deductibles, but more importantly, put gas in the car so you can get back to work and stay to pay your bills. Right? Put food on the table, pay the Cox bill, the SRP bill. That's what matters to you, right? Do you care about some doctor making $250 grand a year getting his money? I don't. He probably doesn't either, right? We have our own bills we worry about, and that's what we're here to do. That's why he's put this package together with the boss that makes sense to take care of you guys the best. Yeah, we got to spend a little money to do that, but we want to make you spend as little as possible, and then we're here to help you understand how it all fits together, to answer those questions, to make sure you're not spending more than you have to, and getting the best use of what you are spending. Is that fair? I want to introduce Robert. Robert's going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we do that are different, and some of the things that I think make really what we do even more exciting, because most of the time this stuff, if you have it, it's wasted money if you don't use it. We have an answer to that. Robert?
Hi guys, hi. All right, good morning. So yeah, really excited about some of the things that we offer, because I'll tell you what, so I'll tell you a little story. My wife walked out of the door of the business. She caught her heel on the threshold of the door. She went down. She split her kneecap in half vertically, right down the middle. She also broke her elbow. She also ripped a tendon in the other foot, all in one bone. She freaking did it right, right? So she wasn't working at the time, so it didn't take away her income, but she couldn't get in and out of bed. She couldn't get to the restroom. She couldn't do all the things that normally in life you have to do. So I needed to stay home with her. What happens if I'm not working? What happens if you're not working? Nothing, right? Absolutely nothing, no money, right? So instead of worrying about whether or not I was paying my rent, keeping the lights on, paying the car payments, Washington National ended up paying us about $5,300 on that accident. That was amazing, because it allowed me to take care of my wife, get the Good Husband of the Year award, and actually just do what we needed to do without worrying about whether or not we were going into the tank. So that was one story, and honestly, with all the people that we've talked to, I've got hundreds of them. But the other thing that we have available to you guys is short-term disability. So it not only will pay you cash for the actual accident, but there's a short-term disability on there as well that will pay you a paycheck, right? And that's the nice thing as well. So this is available to you as well, and we can go through with you exactly what that looks like. Because normally, if you're out of work, you don't have anything going on, you're kind of stuck, right? So now we can go ahead and get you that kind of cash. Yes, ma'am.
What's the percentage for the short term that you get for paycheck?
66.
What?
2/3. Yep, that's federal law. Yep. So two-thirds you can get on that, which is pretty cool. I think ours is actually 65%. So that allows you to get not only cash for the actual accident, but also a monthly disability after the first 14 days, which is kind of cool. We also have a critical illness policy, called Active Care is about cancer. Cancer is no respecter of persons. I don't care whether you're your age or my age, it doesn't matter. I've seen every single gamut out there. This will pay you if you get any kind of internal cancer. It'll pay you a lump sum. That way you're playing with our money instead of your money. Because if I got suddenly diagnosed with cancer and I hand that sheet to me, I turn it into my company and you hand me $20,000, $30,000, that'd be pretty exciting. Because now all the max out of pockets for your regular health insurance are pretty much covered. And you have the cash for it and it's not coming out of your checking account, which is pretty awesome. So those are some of the basics, and we have a hospital plan as well. Those are some of the basics that we're going to talk about. Mitch is going to talk about really the most exciting part of that, and that's how y'all going to pay for that. So that's pretty exciting. So I'll turn it over to you, sir.
I'm just one more thing real quick on the disability. So I've always described it this way. This is my favorite way to explain why disability is important to everybody sitting in this room. If I gave each one of you right now a beautiful, ornate, wooden and golden decorated box with a crank on the side, and you all got to take it home, each of you got your own box, and every time you turned that crank, you spit out $100. What would you do to protect that box? Right? Would you put it in a safe? Would you hire an armed guard? Right? If you knew that every time you cranked that thing it was spitting out 100, right? Guess what you do every day? You're your own friggin' money box, man. Protect your income. Protect the way you pay your bills. Protect your money. That's the first thing. You can't. All the other stuff in life doesn't matter if you can't pay your bills, right? None of insurance matters if you don't have the money to pay it. So think about that. Anyway, sorry.
So, Mitch is gonna, I like to save some fun stuff for the end. Mitch is the dessert, right? So, I love dessert. I don't look, obviously I look like
That wasn't awkward or creepy at all. I love it. I love it.
I'll save the best for last. That sounds a little better. But, so, we've all been to everyone's been to a ball game, right? You go to the concession stand and you're like, I want the jujubes, the popcorn, the hot dog, and the Pepsi, and the huge beer, and they're like, okay, that'll be $98. Okay, I'll take the jujubes and a bottle of water, right? Okay, now, if they said, if you're standing there walking up a concession stand and they gave you a ticket that said, here's $100 in credits that you can spend at the concession stand, what are you gonna do to get all that stuff, right? Okay, so that's what Mitch's gonna talk a little bit about, and to the point that Jason made, you know, the one thing we all have in common, everybody here is over 40. None of you are over 40, right? Well, barely, right? But when I was in my 20s, okay, 21, 24, 28. Those are the ages when I blew one knee, blew another knee, blew a wrist out. And I was 30 pounds lighter and 30 years younger. And I was a bad man. I ran through walls and did all kinds of stuff. I got taken out by a bathtub, some wood that gave out, and picking up a stack of pipe. So I know what y'all are thinking. They're old, they break, they need this stuff, right? Okay? We all break. We all break. And Mitch's gonna tell you how easy this is gonna be to take care of yourself.
So how many people would love to be able to protect your paycheck, but definitely struggle with what the heck is just gonna come out of my paycheck? I can't. How many people have too much money in their paycheck? Right. Okay, if you can't work, Shark can't pay you. Fair? Okay. So, how many people would really love to be able to pay less taxes and stick it to the IRS? Okay.
Amen.
So, this program allows you to have this benefit reserve, the example that he's talking about, and be able to apply it to whatever voluntary benefits that you see is attractive to you and your family. If you're going to go online, you need to go online and go ahead, even if you're declining everything, and go on and decline it, okay, or go ahead and select the things that you find valuable, okay? For those of you with health insurance of any kind, okay, whether or not you have it through your parents, you have it through yourself, or you get it through the company, you have the ability to take what we call this benefit reserve. It's a calculated number that's going to run anywhere from $40 a pay period to $80 a pay period, maybe more. Depends on your circumstance. You're going to know when we sit down with you how much of this benefit reserve you have to be able to put towards voluntary benefits that you find attractive to you. Don't get stuff that you don't find attractive. But if you can buy everything in that example, would you? That's up to you, okay? We're not here to sell you. That's not why we got into this business. We're here because we are you guys, okay? We're a little older than you, but we know what it's like to have dirt underneath your fingernails and work for a living, okay? And that's why we do what we do. So you're gonna have the ability to be able to take this benefit reserve and put it towards that and offset it. Let's say you select an accident plan, a short-term disability plan, and a critical care plan, okay? And that comes up to $60 a pay period. And you have the ability to be able to offset that by $55. Would it be worth it to be able to spend an extra $5 and get all of that? That's up to you guys. We're here to advise you. We call ourselves benefit consultants, and that's for a reason. Because we want to, just like we've earned the right to be Shar's benefits advisor for a company, we want to earn that right with you guys. It's the first time we'll get a chance to chat. Anytime you guys have questions, you're going to be able to call us, okay? You're going to be able to call a 925 number and get questions answered on the enrollment platform, okay? And with that, we're going to be here.
We're gonna be here through Saturday. I know y'all have to get out, it's scheduling, you gotta roll, get going on your program, I wanna slow you all down. We're gonna be here tomorrow through Saturday from 9 to 10 o'clock, okay? We're gonna have, we'll make sure that everything's available. You guys have all downloaded the app, right? So you can self-enroll, because like I said, we're old, you guys aren't. You know how to operate your phone. You can self-enroll and get your stuff done, that's not a problem. We can help you get your login information. We're gonna be here for you. So if you think of any questions, let us know. Anybody got any questions now? Yes, Sean?
So, is there an option, so I have insurance through my wife's company. Very good insurance, but because I am the ops manager, I would like to know more information on you guys, since you guys are gonna be taking care of Shar, and for like future employees that come on board. Is there an option for me to be able to do like a Zoom call with you? So I
course,
can
absolutely.
like
Of course.
like an hour meeting or something?
Yes,
So,
of course.
because right now, like 2023, since COVID, in 2023 was the year of inflation, of adding to existing product and making it worth, or making it more than it really is. And I feel like what you guys said is too good to be true. Like that's in my mind how I
We hear it all, we hear that all the
It
time.
hear
sounds
it
like
every
it's
day,
too good to be
seriously.
true.
Yeah.
It really does. Like, man, you sold me. I'm about ready to go home and tell my wife, like, I think I want to go back to Shar's insurance, because I mean, whatever they were talking about, but I don't know what everything is.
So that's literally, when he says we're gonna be here the next few days, that's the point. So I'll have my team, let me introduce my team, by the way, so they didn't come up, but these are my folks, these two ladies over here, and Robert, this is my team, we live here local,
Okay.
right? And so you have questions, you have problems, et cetera, we're here, you got my cell phone number, I'm gonna pass everybody my card, and they have my cell phone number, they're the same. And so that's the point of that time with us, you can schedule if you want to sit with us, via Zoom or whatever, that's what we're there to do, whether them or us, to explain how it all works, and what makes sense to you and what doesn't. Again, not here to sell you stuff, to answer those kind of questions, hey, wait a minute.
And what I'll do